What's going on? What's going on? It is Thursday, so you know what that means.
Second favorite day of the week for me.
What's your first favorite day of the week?
Saturday, you know that, bro.
Boo! Thursdays have always been my favorite day of the week.
You know that, though. You said that like
I mean, I'm just trying to say. I mean, Thursday compared to Saturday, no. Thursday is the day. So, you're stupid. Y'all, we're so excited. We got a lot of guests we got a special guest that is on.
For real, Jay.
We got just one special
guest, Jay.
One special guest and a person. And we have a person.
Don't listen to him.
We got the person that's on. But other than that, how was your week?
Bro, my week was so trying, bro. I really just I needed a punching bag at home. But it's almost over, man. And today was actually a pretty good day. So it's coming along nicely. But it's been a stressful week for real. It really has.
I'm not gonna lie.
I hope not.
This week, shut up. This week was stressful. It started out stressful, but it's ending better.
Right.
This week was a week I had an opportunity to create more. You know, we finished the graduation.
Right.
So all of those things were happening. And so I'm definitely excited about that. Mm-hmm. But enough about us. Let's talk about our guests that are in the place. The lovely Lenora Lassiter. Say it, Lassiter. Lassiter. I'm just trying to tell y'all guys because we'll mess it up, but it's Lassiter.
Yes.
So y'all don't be country like I be like Lassiter.
That's how you say it.
Right, be like Lassiter.
That's how you say it, Jay.
Right. No, it's Lassiter. It's a T in there. It ain't no D. And her sister.
Can you please say my name? My name is Sherry Dawson Williams. Hey, y'all, how you doing?
Sherry Dawson Williams Clark. All jokes aside, these are like the fifth generation Clark sisters. If you haven't made it and heard these jokers sing, they really can't. And this Twinkie, because she be on the organ.
I'm not no Twinkie.
She be on the organ. You too having to win the Williams. Don't you say nothing about the Clark sisters. Don't you say nothing about them Clark sisters.
I love the Clark sisters.
But y'all, let me tell you, she was playing the organ with some heels on. Red heels.
You gotta tell all my business.
In the church with red heels on, playing the organ.
Can you get to the program?
And then she had the bishop to come and change the key thingy, whatever that thing is, you know, when they be doing like this.
That's a foot power.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
They be doing that, and she was still playing, not missing a beat.
And he was popping sweat.
Yeah, I was.
All up in the forehead.
I was dancing too, because I was impressed, in shock at the same time.
I could cry. You in shock, Jay?
Well, I was in shock because I didn't know Sherry could play, for one.
Okay.
And then I didn't know you could sing, and then I didn't know Sherry could play and sing.
Yeah.
I struggle with chewing gum and breathing, and she is doing multiple things: breathing, singing, and playing. That's unheard of. Right, 3 things at one time.
Thank you, brother.
I'm more structured and organized than that.
Thank you, brother Teddy Bear.
But look, we got Karen on. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Hello.
We got Lori on. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Miss Lori.
We got my mama on. Hey, mama.
Hey, mama.
We got Tadao on. What's up, Tadao?
What's up, Tadao?
Mama G.
Mama G. Hey, Mama G.
We got Mike Modro.
I don't know who that is.
Mike Modro.
We went to college together.
Okay.
And then we got Kathy on. She just had a baby and she's on. Girl.
Oh, Kathy. Congratulations. You think she can't watch just because she had a baby?
No, she need to heal. Her pores open. She can't be watching this.
She can watch.
No, her pores open. They going into the pores.
That's right.
I'm old school. You can't do that. Your pores open. You can't let this.
Out in the streets.
She out in social media streets.
Oh,
get in the house and tend to that baby, that beautiful baby.
Don't pay attention to that. Oh, no.
No, she's about, that's right. Be awesome on the organ. She's about we cutting up early.
Too early. Y'all want to enjoy this episode. Joey.
I'm already sweating, y'all, and I'm too fat for this.
Hey, you better roll, Jim.
Okay.
Hey,
boo.
Hey, sis.
Hey, girl.
Well, Alex is on too. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, Alex.
Okay.
Antonio.
So before we get into it, we definitely want to tell you a little bit about him. I gave you guys a horrible introduction, but a truthful one.
You did.
It was very good.
It was horrible.
It was great. A little bit.
Sad.
Well, I'm trying to get to it today, but I got this right here. So the real reason that Lenora is on, tell the people about you, Lenora. Who are you? What do you do? Why are you so great? Tell the people all of these things.
So everyone, my name is Lenora Lassiter. I am a coach, life coach. I'm a speaker and also an author. And I'm a builder. So I help pour into people, build people, and I have a platform called Sister Pour Into Me. As you all can see, I'm representing my shirt, and I am all about pouring into people. And I have a event on next Saturday, August the 3rd, called Sister Pour Into Me, where we focus, I may be going a little bit too far. Okay. Where we focus on mental health, women taking care of their mental health, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with depression,
That's
how
good.
to
Keep
deal
going.
with stress,
how to deal with Jay.
Well, how to deal with trauma that have taken place in your past. All of that is covered. We also, just to put a plug in, Marsha McLean, she's a mental health counselor and has so many acronyms after her name. Go look her up. She's phenomenal. She has about 18 years of experience, and she's going to be pouring into women in regards to mental health. And DG McGee, Dion McGee, she's going to be pouring into the ladies, talking about finding your roar. She just released a phenomenal book about finding your roar within the workplace. Ladies, you definitely want to be there. I also have Kim McDowell Person. She is from the Raleigh area, just released a CD called The Journey. She is a songbird, and when I tell you she is going to pour into you through music, she's going to do absolutely that. So you need to make sure you're there. Yolanda Barnes Yogi, better known with Yogi with 2 eyes, she's going to pour into the ladies through poetry. Phenomenal poet, phenomenal spoken word artist, etc. And then me, I'm going to be pouring into you all as well, so you don't want to miss it. And I have to point out this person, who is my sister,
Twinkie,
my oldest sister, and she's going to be the MC of the event. She's great, y'all. She will have you laughing. We're really going to have an awesome time. So if you don't have your tickets, I'll make sure Jay add the link into the comment box. You definitely want to get your tickets because it's just going to be great. It is going to be great. You don't want to miss it. It's a once in a lifetime experience that's going to take place this year.
Are you going to add the link?
I will be adding the link. Shut up, Twinkie. So the other thing is, guys, if you are, let me tell you how serious this thing is.
Yes. Them
jokers got a billboard down in Fayetteville. They all on it. They like real famous, you know. Like we just do Instagram. Where it's in Fayetteville. It's in Fayetteville. I'm gonna put the link in, Mama G. Please don't get me. I'm gonna put it in. I promise. I'm gonna put it in. I'm going to the website now. But they got a whole They got a whole billboard. You gotta tell people about. You got a billboard. They faces.
But
I ain't know nobody who on a billboard. I don't know nobody who.
I'm on the billboard. I'm on the billboard. You know somebody now.
It's a blemish.
We just want everyone to be made aware of this event, so that's why we're sharing it on billboards,
not this one.
social media. No, not this one. So go to Sister Pour Into Me. Just type in Sister Pour Into Me.
You need to learn,
and it'll come up.
She told you, Jay. Why are you putting it in
separate? You gotta separate. No, you gotta separate it. Just Google Sister Pour Into Me.
Oh, Google it.
Yes.
Not only they got a billboard, they got their own Googling stuff.
Just Google.
Everybody, you
just
Google anyone, Jay.
Listen, I'm trying to blow you up, but your sister keep messing it up.
You gotta be quiet.
I'm not doing nothing. You should know how to do He should multitask.
No, I'm trying to blow you up. Y'all supposed to be talking while I'm doing this, not looking at this.
Sister Pour Into Me.
I don't know where to look. We don't got no camera. Where's the camera on the screen? Where's the camera on the screen?
It's on. It's on. He just have something else.
Okay. If y'all can see me, give me some hearts.
She can't because she didn't see the camera.
Yo,
she's special. So y'all
I just put the link in, guys.
She's gonna be a phenomenal MC, so y'all don't want to miss this event.
Pay my sprint in the Lord. Pay my sprint in the Lord.
Now, all jokes aside, guys, this is definitely an event that you want to go to, guys. It's not just for women, even though it's about Sister Pour Into Me, but it's the same concept. If we pour into our brothers and empower our brothers, the whole community becomes better. So she's doing her arm by pouring into the sisters to help make that community better. It's always great opportunities for us to go to hear, because you will find out if you go to sometimes some of these women conferences and women sessions, you'll realize that we actually have more in common than we really think. Don't let social media tell you that, oh, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. No, we both from Earth, and we both trying to figure this thing out together. And there are a lot of great things. So you definitely want to make your way there. August 3rd, I put the link in. You want to get down to Fayetteville.
At the ambiance.
At the ambiance. I put the link in there. Go ahead and get your tickets. Check things out. The other thing is, it's so interesting. She talked about having a songbird there, but guys, in your spare time, you need to check these people out right here. They got a CD out. My bad. They got 2 CDs out. This is like, you know, like this is like the City Trend Mary Mary right here.
City Trend.
Okay. Roses. This like the Roses. Family Dollar.
You going?
No, I'm joking. But no, guys, I seen it for myself. These girls are phenomenal, and they're definitely something that you want to see. And she's actually funny. I mean, not right now, but she's funny in real life, and she'll be great. So definitely get out there to the Sister Pour Into Me and make sure that you make your way there. It's just going to be a great opportunity. My niece is on. Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay.
Tara is on. Hey, Tara.
Hey, Tara.
True Pettigrew is on. Hey, True. And Mama G, I took that. My best friend on Tron. Hey, Tron.
I don't know how you do him, Tron.
Yep, my best friend for almost 30 years.
And I want to say one additional thing. Make sure you go ahead and register, because registration ends on Monday, July 29th, 2019. So make sure you get your tickets. Why? Because we're catering this event. We're going to feed you guys. So we want to make sure we have our numbers into the caterers so they can accurately prepare for this event. So make sure that you go ahead and register. Don't delay. Get your tickets today.
I like that, Lenora.
The other reason is, guys, they
get your ticket today.
They have a packed thing. Like, this is huge down in Fayetteville. So just because we haven't heard of it in the Raleigh-Durham area, you haven't heard it in Georgia, you haven't heard it in Virginia, you haven't heard it in DC, because we got people from all over. This thing is huge. So you definitely want to make your way. The great thing about where we are, it's not far from DC. It's not far from Georgia. It's not far from South Carolina. This is something that you definitely want to make your way to, because it's not only does it sell out very quickly, but you get an opportunity to connect with a lot of great people.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And connection is what it's all about. That's what Love is a Parable is about, is finding people that you can connect with that are bringing about positive change so you can continue to unify us. Let's stop looking for things that separate us. This is a great opportunity for us to come together and build.
Yeah.
So now let's get into what we normally get into, because you guys are our guests. We definitely look forward to hear what y'all are going to say
I know that's right.
about this stuff.
Okay.
So the first question is, how, I guess it's supposed to be, how do Black men encourage Black children struggling with school, i.e. schoolwork, engagement, developing positive study habits, and friendships? You want to tackle that, Cordell? It's on you. Go.
How? Well,
do you even encourage any kids? I'm asking.
Yes, man. Every time I'm around them, I encourage
How many
kids.
you encourage? How many kids you encourage this year?
This year? I'm saying probably about 5. I'm just saying.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
For real, Jay.
You know what I do in my spare time, man?
Yes, I actually do.
So,
no,
but seriously though, for encouraging kids, I mean, you definitely have to know what your strong suit is. As far as, I mean, you can't. Well, I say you can, but I don't think it's a good idea to try to help a child with math if you're not good at math.
Please don't.
Because you're both are going to be there. Both are going to be there struggling. So as far as,
all jokes aside, because like, I know math as far as know how to do it,
right,
but I don't know how to do the problem. Like, I don't know how to solve it. I know what the answer is.
Right, exactly.
I call Tron. He be all the way in Augusta, and I'm like, I tell the kids, call your Uncle Tron.
Yeah.
He gonna walk you through it, because I mess your life up with that math.
So and that's you point to a really good point. Is that know what resources you have. Again, you're not good at math. You know someone who is. So you point your children, anyone else who you see fit, to someone who is good at math.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things right there, is knowing what you're working with. And as far as schoolwork, I mean, I think you just have to, not have to, but you may want to know how schoolwork relates to the kids, because some kids don't like school because it's not fun for them. So if you can make it fun in a way that it gets across better to them, they'd be more efficient at it. Some kids don't like school because it might be hard, schoolwork, because it might be hard for them. So make it
Or
related.
boring.
Right. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
all of that. So relate it in a way that makes sense to them or communicates with them. Then I think that is the main way that brothers can help kids with schoolwork. Because that's all that is in one. That's encouraging. You're actually there as a presence, and you're really connecting with that child.
That's actually some good advice, bro.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't know anything else that I can add to it other than the fact that
Because you can't.
we don't want to make it seem like just because school may not have been fun for you,
Correct.
you don't want to transfer any negative thoughts about school to them too.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of stuff, and I even remember growing up, it used to be adults like, I don't know that stuff. I ain't like school when I was in it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
please don't tell the kids that.
Yeah.
Don't tell the babies
Yeah.
that. Don't tell the babies that.
Yeah.
Y'all have anything to say about encouraging the kids?
Sisters.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that
Oh, hold on, you have a whole movement dedicated to encouraging kids.
yes. So 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
almost 2 weeks ago, we had a young author all the way from Los Angeles, California, Kalea Irvin,
Mm-hmm.
and she came and poured into the kids through sharing her story. And in addition to that, she also played the piano and sung. Well, it was a keyboard and sung. And the kids, we had kids from Falcons Children's Home, some kids from the Boys and Girls Club, and just throughout the community that attended that event. So she shared some of the obstacles and challenges that she faced as a young girl. She still is a young girl, but she just kept reminding them that whatever you're going through, your outcome is amazing. Now, on the flip side of that coin, I volunteer
Okay.
once a week at a underperforming school.
That's dope.
That is
And
dope.
the kids are in the 2nd grade, and I go in on my lunch hour just to share and encourage them through with their reading. Now, math, like you said, I can get the answer, but the way they're doing math now is a whole nother different level. And I even told the teacher, I'm like, listen, this is beyond me. I'm not the one to help them.
She said it's above me now.
Yeah, it's above me now. God
They're
got
going 5 times 12 in kindergarten.
That is true.
I knew what my strengths were, but I helped them in the areas that I could, as far as just encouraging me. You can do this. You can do this. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask the teacher, because sometimes if they don't feel like they know, they won't even ask the teacher because they don't want to feel embarrassed.
Today I did say, but you can be great at math and be a terrible teacher.
That's absolutely
You must
correct.
have patience.
That's why
That's correct.
I was going to talk about that as well, because I saw that comment
Yeah.
about you have to have patience, and that's a big thing, because a lot of people, they have book smart, but they have no patience. So no matter what that child's disability is, you have to have patience no matter what, because sometimes a child just needs somebody to bring it out of them. It's in them, but it needs somebody to bring it out. And just like Jay said, if you're not knowledgeable in that subject, what you can do is ask somebody else who is knowledgeable in that subject that can help them. That doesn't make you less than a man. That does not make you less than a woman. That makes you an even greater person, because you don't mind asking for help.
Know your strengths and know your weaknesses.
Yeah,
That's right.
Definitely.
Know your strengths. Hallelujah.
And
And your weaknesses.
Can I say something
go
else,
ahead.
Jay? And I know the question was like, how can brothers, kind of encourage kids who are struggling? Sometimes just showing up, your presence. You don't even necessarily have to, be proficient in math or proficient in reading, but just being there, just showing so they can see a male figure. So I really encourage all males who are on this feed or watch the replay later on, if you have an hour throughout the week, find a school and just make your presence known, especially young boys within the Black community. They need to see other positive Black men. So that's what I will also encourage, because just your presence and you encouraging them and saying something positive, pouring in something positive to them will make a difference, and you'll notice the performance within that child can change as well.
And can I add this one little thing too? And just like my brother Joshua, when a young girl at our church was being bullied, just him showing up and showing that she had somebody that had her back, he was able to stop that, and the bully no longer bullied her anymore. Just for him taking a little bit of his time to go out there and show, hey, somebody here has her back. And from then on, she didn't have any other issues with this boy. So even like my sister said, just showing up, making your presence known, You don't even have to know a lot, but just making your presence known, that also can show a positive impact on a child.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and say, Tara, what's going on? Tara came on.
Hey,
Hey, Tara. Joy
Hey.
is on.
Hey, Joy.
Then my boy Anthony Reed is on.
hey,
Hello,
Anthony
Anthony.
Reed.
And Joy said, they need to feel and know that there is a black man that cares.
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
agree. And they need to know that it's multiple.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to know that it's not an anomaly
Right.
because it's only one. No, it's several of us
Yeah.
who do
Yeah.
care. And we have to make our presence known. I talk about this a lot because there is a negative stigma regarding men, black men, but a lot of people don't know that those statistics have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And several of the statistics have changed. Like African American women are the most progressive
Mm-hmm.
for the last 15 years and the most successful. And it's
starting new
statistics.
businesses as well, entrepreneurship.
Yep, most successful
Yeah.
all the way around, like everything in academics and killing it professionally and killing it at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then African American men statistics have shown actually are more active as fathers than any other
Yeah.
demographic.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of positive things that are happening. We just got to make sure that we're not reinforcing a negative stigma without proper research.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joy said, yes, show up for those that have nobody, show up for them.
Yes.
That's right.
Agreed. Joy is also a mental health professional,
Okay.
so that's her passion as
Okay.
well.
Awesome.
And then the next question from Joy was brothers and image issues, helping other men feel like they can be themselves. I don't always have to succumb to how someone else views them or wants them to be. Okay.
Okay.
So, you know what? I can honestly say when it comes to the male image, I think that's one of those things that is personal for me. And the reason being, I grew up in a place like my older brothers. I was not called fat until I went to college,
Mm-hmm.
and I always
So what
compared
were
to
you called?
nothing. I never was called ugly. I never was called big. None of that. So I always grew up with like high self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first time somebody called me fat, I just remember laughing. Like, and then I thought, well, I guess I am bigger than y'all. That was like the first time I thought about it.
Yeah.
But I moved on. Like that's the struggle with like me losing weight now because I think I look so good now. I'm like, what's the incentive?
Have that confidence.
That's right, Jay.
And so what I do with a lot of guys is I do make sure that we change that narrative. Like I'm not gonna walk up and say, "Ooh, you handsome," but I do say, "Bro, you look nice today. That's nice. Nice shoes, nice this. What that cologne you got on? Nice watch." And I do that because we got to get into the habit of greeting each other and saying good morning.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what you're supposed
If
to
you
do.
get on the elevator with me, I'm gonna say good morning.
I don't care if you don't say it back.
No, I'm gonna say it till you say it back. Good morning. Good morning. Rough morning. Good morning. That's really me. And I think that talking about that there are some struggles. Like right now, I get gray hair.
Mm.
And for some reason that gray hair that be in your chin, it don't want to leave.
So what you use?
It's like a river. It's like a tree planted down by the river.
Of joy.
It shall not be moved. You be pulling it and your eyes be watering.
Because you don't know what you're doing, Jay.
Yes, you do. That to be like. But so I tweeze as much as I can, and then when I get tired of that, yes, I use Just for Men because Just for Men lasts longer. If you're using Beijing, they don't love you. If your barber's using Beijing on you, he don't love you.
Because it'll sweat and get in your eyes.
Well, no, it don't stay. It'll mess up your sheets. So now you're going to get a divorce because your wife tired of you messing up her good. You messing up 1,005 thread.
But what if you thin on top? That ain't gonna help you if you thin on top.
If you thin on top, let it go. Don't, or you can get, now if you really don't want to let it go, there
Some
are
people don't want to let it go.
What's the word, Jay?
George Jefferson.
No, what's the word? No.
Huh.
What's the word?
There are
No, say it. Yeah.
What?
cranial prosthetics.
Cranial prosthetic. What?
There are cranial prosthetics,
Cranial
which is
You talking about when they take that little piece of hair of me sticking in people's head?
No, man, weave. I mean, yeah.
Man, we.
you guys.
So you trying to give it
Cranial
such a scientific name?
That's the name.
It's
for it.
called man we.
It's called cranial prosthetics.
It's called a tope.
True thing.
toupee.
No.
It's a toupee.
See, guys, this is what we got to go against, this narrative right here.
Let it go.
If you want to get cranial prosthetics, there are some good ones out there. Go for it. And then there are surgeries that you can do where you do have hair and put it in places that you don't.
That don't work all the time.
But you got to be, hold on, you got to be careful because as you start to lose hair, it'll become a scar in the back from where they did lose hair, so then it'd be counterproductive. So you want to make sure you studying those things if you want to do it. But the truth of the matter is, there are some men who struggle with going bald. I remember a friend, he started going bald at 19.
Yep. Yeah.
And there's some people who struggle with going gray. My problem is
it's a weed.
If the gray grow in, like if it grew in like a whole patch, I keep it, but here and here and there. No, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. But guys, if you struggling with that, it's normal. There are a lot of men who do. All jokes aside, you really got to make sure that you're okay with how you look, and you make decisions based on how you feel. Okay? And Ed said, "Shut up, Joy." To my, it's a weed. Shut up. Ed is like, learn to embrace that gray. I will when I'm ready to learn to embrace it. And then Ed said, "No, leave the man weave alone." No, if you are a guy who wants to have a cranial prosthetic, you have every right to do it, and it doesn't make you less of a man.
If a woman can do it, why can't a man do it? That's my thing. If a woman can get weaves and get wigs and everything, why can't a man do it to make him look good?
Yeah, that's true.
And you talking about ladies love salt and pepper. Hell, that's if your hair is salt and pepper. It ain't salt and peppering right. You gotta. I don't know how them people like get it perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be a whole patch. Like okay, perfect. People ain't ready yet. If people ain't ready for that gray, they ain't ready for that gray. Let these people be great.
And bald, shiny heads.
You know you sweat more with a bald head than you do with hair.
My dad has a bald head. Has had one for a long time.
She crazy.
But can he grow his hair?
He can, but
he preferred being bald.
See, nothing wrong.
Well, because statistics have also shown that men who are bald actually make $7,000 to $10,000 more.
Are you serious?
Men who are bald are naturally perceived as leaders.
Harold, that means
Harold is bald. Harold ain't gonna go bald. You might get that.
He might not. And here's the thing, though. And some people may not have the right head shape to go bald.
What you trying to say, Jay? You trying to make?
But Jay,
some people don't. And I'm talking about. And some people know. It's just like we know the things that we struggle with. And so when we look in the mirror and be like, no, my head too funny to be going bald. That's why they do that stuff. Like I don't have a hat head. Like I can't wear a hat. I look corny in a hat. I done tried it. It just looks stupid.
Have you got a big enough hat?
No, it's just stupid.
Cause your head.
But my face is so perfect that putting a hat on it
Jay,
stifles the perfection.
Love it, Jay.
I don't have anything to hide. My face be like, get that off of me. You beautiful like you are. And I'm like, yes, face. I agree.
Word.
And then, okay, Brianna said a little gray hair ain't hurt nobody. It ain't hurting you, but it might be hurting that man who got gray hair and he's 19. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But men don't look older than women though with gray hair.
Lies.
No, y'all. Men don't look.
And then kids
men look sophisticated.
No, and you know who the worst? The kids hurt your feelings. No, kids hurt your feelings. They be like, how old you
we look old.
That's like kids be like, how old you is with all that gray hair? You like, I'm
women look a little older. We look a little older.
Yeah,
y'all don't look. Y'all look sophisticated.
That's your opinion, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Ask the women who are on this feed what they think about
women. What do y'all think? Y'all think women look older than men with gray hair?
Add your comments in the comments section. We want to see this.
Don't be taking over our show. Now what?
You
a little gray hair. Okay. Joy said no. She really can sing. I don't know what that was. And then Joy say, they like patches too. What's going on, Deborah?
What's going on,
Deborah?
Hey,
don't start talking to these men. Start getting those lashes too. Edward. They already doing that, Edward.
They already doing that.
Look, I'm do Dante.
My cousin Steve on, tell him what's up.
What's up, Steve?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Now Joy say, now that's
No.
true. I don't know what she's talking about is true. And then she's talking about tell them kids to mind their business. But I'm saying,
a kid, Joy.
no, she said
the
the kids meet.
say, "Oh, you look old."
You right, Joy. Excuse me,
Yeah.
Joy.
I done heard some kids say some ruthless
Gray hair
stuff.
is distinguished.
Yeah.
It really is, especially on the man.
And it's also Joy. Y'all don't know Joy. When you meet Joy, you're
That's
like,
all right. We
I'll
know
take
it.
that back.
We know it.
actually, that's a negative
I
one.
feel you
Through
through
the
the
social
spirit.
media
Through the
spirit.
spirit.
But that's
Oh,
a
no,
negative.
no.
Because it's Joy, it's a negative one.
Hey, Marcus.
That's Uncle Marcus.
Uncle
Marcus.
Is
Uncle.
that the one? Is that the one?
Yes.
That's the one we trying to get hooked up with somebody else. Uncle Marcus, right? The one
Yeah,
that
probably.
you- right.
Probably every show we try to hook them up with somebody. You about right. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, geez.
Okay, Tadal said, do what? Ooh.
Ooh,
Good Lord, he wrote a whole paragraph, Archie.
Oh, that's Archie. Hold on, I gotta. Yeah. Tadal said, do what you have to do to make yourself feel great, regardless of what it is, because in most cases, if you're feeling good about yourself, then everything else falls into place.
I love that.
Tadal, that's why he Tadal. He just shut it down.
Ta-da!
Okay. My brother Archie, he said the women in the workforce is a little misleading. Yes, Black women are more educated than Black men, but I've been told by many people in upper management that Black women are more likely to get hired in corporate America than Black men because hiring a Black female kills two birds with one stone. According to affirmative action laws, Black women fill both the women and minority positions. That is true on one extent. The only thing is affirmative action is no longer in place.
not?
No, it's no longer in place. I want to say it's been done away with at least 10 years. But the other thing is Black women are more successful also from an educational standpoint. They're going back to school, getting those degrees and getting that. Now, I'm not refuting what you're saying by them being killing two birds with one stone. That part does work in their advantage, but statistics are showing right now this is probably the best time to be a woman of color because things are just leaning in that direction. I remember I used to work for University of Phoenix, and they actually had a women and minority initiative well before all of these things were getting popular, and I found that that was quite interesting how women do corral together to help each other build. And so one of the things that we want to do is that there are a lot of brothers that help one another build, but it's not commercialized as it is with women in other ethnicity groups. So what we want to do is, like, even though we joke about a lot of things like what Tadal said, we have to esteem people and let them know that they're not alone, because sometimes people do feel like they are alone. And also you got to open your mouth. Like I went through a job situation, and so I had to reach out to people, and it was embarrassing because I reached a level of success, but at the end of the day, I had to think, what is more hurtful, to say that you care about people and they don't even know that you're going through? So I had to challenge myself to also be the example, because if people are going through, I tell them to let me know, but I also want to let the people that say that they care about me know. And that actually has opened up more doors because I was more vocal about it. And I'm actually seeing in North Carolina, more positive men corral together than I've ever seen. And I'm born and raised from Augusta, Georgia. And I lived in Columbia, South Carolina for 16 years. But the love that I have received from men here, I have never experienced before. So much so that I was uncomfortable because I'm not even used to being around that many men who are invested in your success. So I will say we got to change the narrative on a lot of that.
But Jay, men are also taught to suppress their feelings.
True.
We talk about that a lot, and we agree.
They're taught to suppress their feelings. So sometimes they don't even know how to express their feelings without making them feel like, oh man, you a punk because you crying, you a punk because you ask for help. So, like say, until men really get together and let each other know, hey, it's okay to cry. It's okay to let somebody know you depressed. It's okay to let somebody know you're going through something. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, hey, I need to get some mental help. I'm going through some things, brothers. I need y'all to come and pray with me. Not only pray, but lead me into some different places or some other resources that I can get this help. It's either tell somebody you need to do something, but provide them with resources that can help them out.
Yeah, but I will say I'm glad that Archie is on because he's a powerful brother. Sometimes when I look at the stuff that he writes, it's like phenomenal. And so what I try to do, I try to share a lot of the stuff that we have brothers that are out there doing. It ain't no telling. It probably was Joy. Joy, she talking about she's not negative. I didn't say you were negative. I said your answer was -1 because we know you crazy.
Somebody put a crying face.
That was her.
Oh,
She's crazy. And then Uncle Marcus said nephews. We already greeted them.
Yep.
One of the greatest uncles I know.
Word.
I ain't negative.
Right. Joy said, I was saying it's true that not everyone has a Joy said we all about business, businesses and degrees.
That is so true.
And Guillaume Richardson is on.
Hey Guillaume.
What's up, Guillaume?
Another powerful brother. Steven, that's my cousin. He said, I'm married, so I can't say what gray hair
Looks like what a woman looks like to me.
What gray hair on a woman looks like to me.
His wife,
that little side patch of gray.
Right there, ready to just go like
a little.
What up, Michael Fulton? That's my brother right there.
What's up, Mike?
What he said
He's
is,
5'1".
I'm gonna tell you now. Let me tell you what.
Like that.
I'm gonna tell you what set it up for women with gray hair. Like I love Marvel. Rogue.
Marvel Comics.
Yes.
Oh my God, I do too.
Rogue had the gray screen in the front.
Yeah.
And then Storm had all gray hair.
Storm had the whole head of gray.
But I'm just saying, like, Storm was more like she tried to reserve it. Rogue was Rogue.
Yeah.
So did had that gray patch.
Yeah, and she was fighting, and it was just a little bit of gray.
Lenora don't know what we talking
Well, I know Storm, so don't even try to call me out.
about. She don't know who Rogue is.
I know Storm is.
Google the picture.
She don't even know who Storm is.
I do.
She probably be like, Halle
That's okay.
We
poured into her.
And Michael said, "Iron sharpen iron." That's one of his favorite statements.
He does.
And Ms. Joy said, "I feel honored when men feel comfortable enough to share his feelings with me."
Joy.
Oh,
Me too.
that's right. Hey, Kimberly Winburn.
I mean, it's really a subtle compliment too.
This is why Joy crazy. Don't be calling me crazy. My future husband might be.
How can you get a man to open up to you and be comfortable enough to open up and share what's on their mind?
I would say
different things of that nature. Someone out there may want to know. I
would say, I mean, it's really more about that man's comfort level, because if you're actively trying to coax him into doing that, in my opinion, you're already going down the wrong road. It's more about a comfort level. Some men don't know how to communicate their feelings, so really addressing it, especially if it's in an aggressive way, like, come on, tell me what's wrong, this and that. Like, you're adding to the problem already.
Right.
It's more so just he needs to be comfortable. He may need to be comfortable enough to really just say it. And it may not even come out right. It may come out all jumbled up and everything.
Right.
Simply because there are quite a few brothers out there who don't know how to express their feelings, like we always talk about. So I would say there is no way to get a brother to do that. It's just make him feel comfortable.
Okay.
I would say don't do anything in the realm of trying to get him to do that, because, like I said, you're already going on the wrong road, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will add to that.
Thank you, Cordell.
I will add that we have to
Cordell.
get to a place where we can hear people in their voice. Because we get so caught up in how people, like what you're saying, was delivering it. And we also got to change the negative in saying they don't know how to express.
Right.
They actually do know how to express it. We may not know how to receive what they're expressing.
That's even better.
And so a lot of times, like, you just say it all wrong. No, they're saying it right to them.
Right.
You just need to hear it the way that they're saying it sometimes. And I think we get so caught up in, well, you need to communicate it a certain way. No, the problem is I have been communicating. And a lot of guys shut down, not because they can't express how they feel. People suppress the way that they feel and feel like it needs to be channeled in a certain way. And so a lot of guys actually do talk, like, for some reason people talk to me and I notice like they'll joke and they'll say certain things. And there's, for mental health, I pick up on it. I'm like, I noticed you said, but you said it this time, you said it that time. I study patterns. And the very first thing that I do is talk to them in their voice. And so I don't have, it's at a point now, and I think it's because of Love is Parable. We talked about this offline. I don't know what's happening with Love is a Parable, but people divulge a lot. And like, I talk to people on the elevator, they just bust out crying. And I'm like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And they do it at work, they do it on the phone,
They're
they do
comfortable. They're comfortable.
Yeah, and the thing about it is just allow people to be open to allow them to say things and not try to figure them out.
Yeah.
The other thing that I want to say with this mental health boom, stop trying to diagnose everybody.
Exactly.
Sometimes people don't need a counselor. Sometimes they don't need a life coach. Sometimes they just need a shoulder.
A listening ear.
That's right.
And they don't need a mouthpiece. Sometimes they need for you
to listen,
to just yell and scream and all of that.
That's why I said
what we said earlier, your presence.
Yeah.
That's why I said listening ear, not a mouth, not listening mouth, a listening ear.
Yeah.
They need you to talk. They need you to listen.
And you know what's so funny about it? It was I forgot the guy who came out that talked about how men and women process things. Like how he was talking about how women, everything is connected when they're talking. They're talking about men deal with them in boxes. And the danger of things when media put things out there, it changes the narrative. Just like it was Dr. John Gray who came out with Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus in 1992.
Yeah.
And that changed the whole generation of, oh, this is why we communicate different.
Yeah.
And then you have the other one that say, oh, we process things differently. No, we don't. A lot of us process things the same way. A lot of us are saying the same thing, but we have been conditioned to believe that we're different. And that's part of the problem. Because just like you don't want a man to say something, ladies, you don't want him to say something, you just want to be heard. Sometimes a man just wants to be heard. He don't want you to, he don't even want you to encourage him. He don't want you to say, don't think like that, you're great. No, just shut up and let me scream. That's what I really want to do. And let me walk out the room, storm, and come back in and say, and another thing. And it ain't even about you.
And vice versa.
Right, now I just said that.
Maybe we want to do it too.
I started the statement with that. See, she not listening to me. You see what I'm saying?
I know, but you enunciated the male part of it.
No, I said just like they say women just want men to listen, men want the same thing.
Yeah, but you said men, we just storm out, we just say, I just want you to listen.
We're talking about men, we are men.
I know, but we want to also plug in since
now
y'all
we know what she be doing.
room.
Now we know what she be doing when her husband be venting.
Since we have women in the room,
she be like,
we want to hear from the women.
She like, why you said it like that? Why you gotta enunciate it like that? You articulated that part. You said woman too rough.
You need to be careful with that chair.
Nope.
Back on.
This is a good one. This good old oak chair. That's why my big butt is in this and y'all in that soft leather.
Oh yeah, we about to fall out these seats. I'm very uncomfortable.
That's good. That's why I give you a little back pillow. She got a little back pillow. She fine. She only got less than 15 more minutes. She'll do fine. Let's go to the next question. The next one is how to comfort each other after a loss. Ooh. Yeah.
Well, that definitely also depends, I think, definitely on the person who's grieving and also the person involved. I mean, because there are certain people who don't really know how to.
The person who's grieving and the person involved, what you mean?
I say that because to comfort someone, I mean, certain people, the person who's grieving, you know, they may not. Some people don't want any comfort. They want to grieve. They want to just basically be by themselves and just let it out. And the person who is attempting to comfort that person, they may not be able to process. They may process grief in a totally different way.
True. So
I think you definitely have to consider all the parties involved. You know, and so how to do that is based on the people involved. Like, I don't think there's a real concrete answer to that. I mean, sometimes people just want to be left alone. Sometimes people want to be around everyone they care about because that positive energy helps them get over it. So really, I think it really just depends. I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all answer for that.
And I think the other thing that's in there is how the person transition.
Yeah.
I don't say that, but how the person transition. Like a person transition off of old age is easy to deal with versus an accident.
Right.
Or murder.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's the biggest process to go through because I do struggle when someone is murdered. Even though if somebody commits suicide, the murder bothers me more than anything because I don't understand how someone can think in their head and say, you know what, Cordell isn't worth living today. Let me take his life. I don't understand how somebody can come up in their mind and say, you're worth more than this person, so I'm gonna let this person live, but I'm not gonna let you live. I don't understand that whole mindset. So for me, that's really more of the struggle. And to come to think about it, when we grieve, the grieving isn't about the person who transitioned. It's really how do we live without that space or that person in that space. We talked about presence. Is really the grieving is more of, I won't see that person anymore. I won't have this. So it was never about the person transitioning. It's how do I fill this void that is now here?
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
I think you all said it.
I think so too.
Okay, so Joy said true.
See, Joy even agreed.
But we don't know what she said true too. That's the problem with Joy.
Oh my! Quit
getting on Joy. Leave Joy alone.
When you meet Joy,
hopefully Joy can come to Sister and pour into me.
Will you be coming to Sister Pour Into Me?
It's only $40. $40.
$40. And you get a meal.
Yes.
You get empowered.
You get to shop from vendors. And also there's an opportunity we're going to have a Q&A session. So you have the opportunity to ask questions to our speakers, and then they will provide.
How did you even come up with Sister Pour Into Me? Like, what made you say, "Ooh, I want to do Sister Pour Into Me" versus Sister Empowerment or Women Empowerment or Women Encouragement? Where did that come from?
Well, I was sitting home one day and I'm like, I want to do a women's empowerment event, but I just don't want to call it women's empowerment. And I just kept hearing within my spirit, pour into me, pour into me. So I'm like, Sister Pour Into Me.
That's really
and dope. That came to me, May of 2017, in August 2017. That's when I had my first Sister Pour Into Me Women's Empowerment. And it just has a great tone to it. It does. And the thing about it is that literally, okay, let me use this because I'm a visual person. Women, when your glass is like this, guess what? Is your glass filled up? See,
your gas like this, you thirsty.
This is full, this is empty. But when you're full, you can help pour into someone else, and they have something to drink from.
Right.
But if you don't have anything to pour into them, or you're not poured into, how can we build our families? How can we build our communities? How can we
pour some more to me,
make change within our environment? So that's how I came in to Sister Pour Into Me. And I felt like with my platform to make sure that I include that mental health piece. That's so important. Because a lot of people, they're smiling every single day, but they're dealing with depression.
Yep.
Smiling every single day, but they're dealing with anxiety. Smiling every single day, but they're still dealing with some issues that have not been eradicated or dealt with from when they was a little child or a teenager or an adult. So those are issues that have to be addressed in order for them to move forward in their life. People wonder why am I stuck? Why am I stagnated? Because there's something that's still there that's constantly pulling on them that they have not dealt with. And whatever that issue is, it has to be dealt with.
I actually agree with you. In knowing where you are, like when y'all came in, y'all noticed the green.
Right.
And the reason why I always have bright colors is I struggle with depression. And I realized a long time ago, dark colors just sends me into a depression.
Right.
And so nowhere around do I really wear dark colors. And this is why you're going to see Joy is crazy, because she said, can she get on a payment plan for $40?
Yes, you can, Joy.
She's
you
pay one payment of $40.
That's your payment plan.
Yeah. And what Joy said, we wear the mask. And that's another thing. We have been conditioned to wear a mask. How are you doing? Everything is okay. I'm fine. No, if you're not fine, there's nothing wrong to say, hey, I'm not doing okay today. I'm struggling. I'm dealing with this. But again, we have been so programmed that we have to say, I'm doing fine. I'm well. If you have
I'm blessed of the Lord and highly favored.
That's another one that a lot of people
that gets on my nerves.
Say it. If you have an issue, again, make sure you just have that conversation. If you need to seek mental health, seek a professional. That's what they're there for. We have to just kill that stigma, because people think you go to church, just get prayed on, you deliver. But you can get prayer, and plus you can go sit on somebody's couch and go through some therapy sessions to deal with the issues that have been plaguing you from year after year after year after year.
And have a great connection, a great network.
Absolutely.
Mental health, mental health, but you need some people that's going to reinforce that.
Yes.
I remember when I first started going to counseling, the very first thing that people say, like, why you going to counseling? Black people don't have problems. That's white people problem. You know, those things were said. And so I had to change my network and change my circle. Yeah. We all have problems and we all have things that we struggle through, and we have to get through that. But you want to make sure that you're connected to people that understand the importance of mental health and the importance of being in a healthy environment as well.
Right.
So I got a question. Since you're the younger sister and you came up with sister pouring to me, do you feel like you're obligated to pour into your sister?
Can you please repeat your question?
Do you feel like you're obligated to pour into her? Because she's your sister, you done came up with this whole thing and now
no, I don't feel like I'm obligated.
Do you feel like it's pressure?
No.
Okay. I always wondered that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like my siblings, some of them are on here, they always say, because you do this, like they don't want to speak because I speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or they don't want to do certain things because they find it intimidating. And so I just find it interesting. You're the younger sister and you like pour to me, but I always see them together. Mm-hmm. So I just wonder, like, do you feel like I have to do that? Or like, what makes you want to pour into your sister?
Because we're sisters and we have that bond. There's some,
some people
don't.
Right.
Some people don't, because see, me and my sister, we were together until we got married. So we lived together until we got married. We were roommates.
You know, Karen Joyner. She
Karen
actually
Joyner
is running for Miss South Carolina full figure.
Okay. That's
her
right,
and her sister are the same way. They live. Matter of fact, after her sister got married, they still live.
It's all right, Landy. We still on.
Yeah, it's all right, Landy. Hold on. Orvis is my female best friend. She said, I don't think there's anything wrong with speaking your emotions into existence.
That's right.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And Joey said, I'm trying to stop myself from telling people I'm fine, I'm well, or I'm good when I'm really struggling. And I want you to stop doing that because we're here for you.
We're here for you.
And you be acting up. So cut it out.
We're here for you, sister.
Get on my nerve. And my cousin Kia on.
Hey, Kia. Hey, Kia. Thanks for coming on.
Okay, so now it's about to transition because we're coming to that 9:30 mark.
Okay.
This is where we do Positive Brother Shout Out. But one of the things that I definitely want to shout out, if you guys didn't know, today it was officially announced that I will be one of the presenters for the South Carolina Fatherhood and Mental Achievement Conference. I'm totally excited about this. Because it's that opportunity to impact the community the way I've always wanted to, and they want me to talk about what I love talking about, love. So I'm definitely excited about that. And then in September, I will be a moderator for a toxic relationship conference in Durham. So I'll send the links to you guys for that too. So I'm excited in the direction that Love is a Parable is going. I'm excited in the direction that we're going.
Yeah.
But now is that time for Positive Brother Shout Out.
Okay.
Sure, I'll let you go first.
It's about time.
Do you know any Positive Brothers other than? Let me tell you this.
I can't say
her husband is a saint. He does nothing wrong.
He don't. I ain't gonna lie.
I pray for him.
He don't. He's one that he shows his emotions and he expresses them. So I'd like to give a shout out to my husband.
Because he cries because he has to deal with her.
Ooh.
Ooh. He better be glad we on national Facebook. Because if it wasn't, he's like get called the name, all that. And I would like to say positive brother shout out to all the brothers, my brother Joshua, Isaac, even my brother Leo, shout out.
Say even my brother Leo.
Even my brother Leo, shout out to you, bro. And my brother-in-law Harold
Lassiter.
It's almost 9:13. You better get your shout out.
Okay. So I first want to give a shout out to my husband, Harold Lassiter, who have been supporting me in my endeavors. It's been a lot, but he's been there. And I also want to shout out
to Jay and Cordell.
Jay. Oh my gosh, y'all. Jay, literally, I know I have.
We love y'all.
I know I have a Pour Into Me platform. This shirt says Sister Pour Into Me, but literally it's like brother pour into me. Jay has literally like poured into me these last couple of weeks. Guys, I mean, last week I met with him. I don't want to give out too much, but we got something really dope that's
Is your
going
husband a
to
Pisces or a Cancer?
be launching in regards to
Sagittarius.
myself. So I'm so excited about that. This dude is so gifted. He is so gifted.
Yeah, he is a brilliant brother.
He's brilliant. Jay,
You are brilliant, Jay.
y'all. I'm telling you, he's brilliant. I love him.
She's saying it because she's a Zeta. I just want to throw that out.
Yeah, yes. And also I want to give a shout out to Laval Bell of Noah's Art Publishing.
Yep.
He pushed me to write my story, and I will be launching my book, or should I say releasing my book October 5th. Y'all, I am so excited. I'm just so excited. And my brothers, Isaac, he has poured into me too. I don't want to say exactly what he's done because he don't like to be put out there on front street, but my brother Isaac Dawson, my brother Joshua Dawson, very supportive. Leo Dawson, my daddy, Leo Dawson.
Daddy.
All the brothers watching here.
I
just want to say, stay strong, keep doing what you're doing.
And if y'all need a mattress, go to my brother. He have a mattress shop, My Next Mattress Outlet. Don't be putting your hand up there. My next mattress outlet. I'm sorry, but I had to put this plug in.
Josh said cut him off.
Joshua, shut your mouth. My Next Mattress Outlet. I'm telling My Next Mattress Outlet. That's the best place in Fayetteville, Raleigh, Durham, Cross Creek area to get you a mattress.
So back to what I was saying. You brothers, thank you all so much for everything that you guys do. I know there's a lot of pressure that's on you to be a provider, to be a protector, etc. But just keep doing what you're doing. Keep smashing your goals. And also, we want to shout out Cordell for dealing with us on a nice episode of Brother Cordell. So now I relinquish my platform of talking to Cordell.
They're going to fight all the way down.
All the way home. Yeah, hope y'all go separately.
But Lenora can't be too mad.
I'm driving.
Because she driving.
I'm driving.
She can wait till she get home.
Yeah, I rode. This is
I'm telling you, no tonight.
Oh, okay.
I ain't getting nothing to eat, no nothing. I'm hungry.
So, positive brothers. Of course, I gotta go. I call them usual suspects, but it's all the brothers that I associate with on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Of course, the brother Jay, my uncle Marcus, Tadao, Tori, and all the rest of the brothers in the cave. I do need to give a shout out to brother mine, Jack Wilkerson. He lost a member of his family today to cancer.
Sorry.
We're
praying for you, Jack.
Yeah, he that hit him pretty hard today. So I don't want to get too many details, but I definitely want to send a shout out to that brother because he's going through it right now. So we always told him that he has our support, but he's really.
And for that very reason, I'll just say Terrence Tadao Clifton has a nonprofit that is dedicated to that very reason. Friends United to Cure Cancer. And because we need each other. Cancer is a horrible thing. My wife lost her mother to colorectal cancer back in 2010. And it's just one of those things you never are prepared for. Death alone is something you're not prepared for, and then you feel like you're cheated when cancer is involved. So we definitely have you in our prayer and our thoughts, Mr. Jack.
Can I shout out one? I'm sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
And my brother-in-law, Roderick Williams, he's great.
He's the dopest.
I just want to shout him out. This guy is just awesome. He's a quiet storm. That's how I categorize Roderick Williams. He's an alpha.
My Uncle Marcus is an alpha.
I forgive him just like I forgive Uncle Marcus. Because Uncle Marcus is almost a great uncle, except for that alpha thing.
Man, y'all gonna fight, but I'm gonna leave that to y'all. So the last brothers I will shout out are a group of brothers. Basically, I want to shout out all the brothers out here who are, staying a steady path and really just putting positive energy out there and keeping their nose and their reputation clean out here. It's really, it's really hard sometimes to do the right thing and to be a stand-up person because sometimes you really want to go with your basic instincts and do some negative stuff out here. But I definitely shout out to brothers who are resisting those urges and really just keeping a clean path.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I agree, bro.
Sorry, Cordell. You can't take him nowhere. Go ahead.
Not none of y'all together. No, I'm done.
The sad part is, I know how Roderick feels. That's literally how
we
Roderick
love Cordell.
But so cool. The reason why, guys, we want to be like family, and I think it's important because some people don't see positive male-female interaction.
What Joshua said, are y'all in Sherry Garage?
Y'all ain't nobody. I already know.
First of all, guys, that's her brother. He just got saved last week. So it's still a lot of hell in him.
Don't let the devil use you. Don't let him use you.
But she really can sing. I don't know what this is going on tonight. But guys, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Find a brother that's going through and encourage him.
Yeah.
We talk all the time, but most of us do have a system, and I think sometimes we take it for granted. But get a system. Get with that brother who doesn't talk. I want to shout out a brother who reached out to me, who was one of my former students.
Wow.
Quentin. He's trying to get his life on track. He's always been a positive student, but he said, "Hey, I made some wrong decisions, but now I just want to surround myself by positive people."
Yeah.
Okay, so reach that brother who may need your positivity and connect them. Share this video, share us. We got a whole landing page and everything for it.
Be open too, y'all. Be open.
Be open.
That's right.
So this will conclude Brother Empowerment. We will have Lenora on again.
I'm coming. I don't care. I invite my own self.
We actually are filing a restraining order.
Don't let the devil use you. Oh, don't let the devil in the name of Jesus.
Brother Power be from an undisclosed location.
First of all, I was
got an address here. We just gonna pop up.
I got whiplash when she prayed for me.
We're gonna pull up, y'all. We're gonna pull up.
To where?
Look,
I got Cordell license plate number.
He ain't got one on there right now.
Even if it is a tag, a paper tag.
Oh, congratulations to Cordell. He got a new car, y'all. And if anybody saw him and what he had before you,
look at God.
Look at God. Won't he do it?
You got a grown man car now. Come on now.
Man,
you got a grown man house and you needed a grown man car.
Ain't no wrong with that.
His car was so little he could pull all the way in his garage and like 4 more cars to pull in too.
Hey, no, your car won't.
You had one of them smart cars.
No, I had a
it was the size of a smart car.
No, he's
Tell him what you had though.
You had a sound.
I still have it.
Ain't no wrong with that Cordell.
I had a Toyota
Jay
Yaris.
just mad. Jay can't fit in it. That's what it is.
Bro, I can't. You see what happens when you tell people?
Y'all,
You see what when you tell people?
He said, but at least he had a car.
I said, come up with a 30-day tag.
She was a friend to you, She said, what? She looked John.
Well, at least he had a car.
He had a car. He had transportation.
This ain't no dumb power.
You see what people care about you?
I'm telling you.
We talked about that
And
comment.
you told your daughter to go to sleep and all. You making all this rough.
I'm telling you.
She probably on her phone watching.
If y'all want us back, please put in the comment. People know us as the Dawson sisters. Say bring the Dawson sisters back.
Bring them back.
That was so
Look,
funny.
Cordell said
We
no.
from the 910.
No, I'm talking about him.
Oh,
I'm talking about him.
What?
we from the 910.
What?
You, man.
What?
Man.
You know I've
Why you do that
been
to
pushing.
Cordell? I know.
I've been his biggest fan. Like
Friends
getting the
like
car.
that. Friends like that.
He needed me. I was telling him like, do it. Have I not been telling you to do it?
But you ain't paying his bills.
See, Jen said bring them back. Bring them
Oh
back.
Lord, child, you
She out the country anyway. She's an islander.
listen,
She don't count.
Instead of send them home, bring them back.
Bring them back. That's right. Bring them back.
Junior, you start alive and they can go with you.
Bring the ladies back, fellas.
He's so darn polite. He's such a gentleman.
Oh,
I'm
that's
happy
so
for
nice.
I'm
I'm
so proud of
happy
you.
for you too. Give me some.
I'm glad that you got something that
Ooh,
matches your
Mama,
stilo.
the queen sing the feed.
That's not like I mess with people. She talking about you, Jay.
She talking about you, Sharon.
Your mama watched it and she said that's not like God.
Your mama.
That won't me, mama. I can do that.
Mama on the feed.
I
now,
didn't do that,
Sharon.
mama.
I told her y'all be acting unseemly.
I just did that.
Bye, y'all.
See y'all
Have a
next
good
week.
night.
See you, good night.
Bye-bye.